Right, we're on. Today we're going to talk about the downswing, obviously a very, very critical part of the golf swing. There's two elements we're going to talk about, but really it's all today about ensuring we know what to do to start the club down correctly. That's going to help impact, it's going to help strike, it's going to help your golf. Okay, so starting the downswing, it's very well, having great alignment, great posture, great setup. We take the club back, we get a perfect top of the swing position. But then if we don't start the downswing correctly, we're going to be in some sort of problem, clearly. Today I'm going to talk about two areas to think about or focus on in your downswing. This is how you can start your downswing more efficiently. Address position. Fantastic, standing nice and tall, looking down. Club comes back, but at the top of our golf swing. Then from there we need to get some lateral shift. Now the golf swing's not just a turn and a turn. It's not just turn, turn, because that's going to leave us stuck on the back foot. Show you why. If I take address position and then turn, so turning body to the top, now I have a nice turn to get there. The downswing, if I just turn back with no lateral motion and just turn back, I'm stuck here on the right foot. It's not good. That's where you get a heavy strike and thin strike. So the start of the downswing has to start with a lateral motion towards target. We have to slide, somehow slide towards target, which applies more pressure on the left side. If I take my address position, top of my swing, great. From there I want to feel as though I slide towards target. So it has to be a sliding motion, a lateral motion towards target. It's called axis tilt, so you move the axis towards the target, then from there we can turn back through. As I say, if we just turn, we're stuck on the right foot. So I have to get to the top of my swing, get my left hip to go towards target, and then from there I let the downswing happen. So I got to the top, I moved, then there was some sort of turn. So there has to be a lateral shift. Good way to do that, stick a cane in the ground. If you're able to stick a cane in the ground, on the grass, take your address position, up the top. Now I'm not saying I'm going to get all the way back to that cane, but from there I want to feel as though my hips go towards it. So there's a slight lateral motion. There has to be movement, it can't just turn, it has to move laterally. So up to the top, lateral motion, so my left hip's going towards the cane, and that way I'm applying pressure onto the left side. I'm therefore transferring weight. From the thought of the left hip going towards the cane, it's applying pressure on the left side. So therefore I'm actually going towards target. There's a lateral motion. So having said that, that's all very well. I'm going to get that up to the top and then slide towards target. That's going to give that lateral motion. Good strike. Clearly there has to be some sort of turn. So what do we do to make sure that we turn back through? Well, we want to turn from the feet up. The downswing generally starts from the feet up, so you want to get your feet, knees, hips, torso, shoulders and everything going in the sequence from the ground up. Then we have to do something in order for that to happen. If we just get the left hip going towards target with that lateral slide, then we're going to leave the face miles open. We have to get rotation on the way down. We've turned to the top, we then tilt the axis, so we slide towards target, then we have to move back down. That tilting, or sorry, that's sliding towards the target and the motion I'm about to show you, if we can sequence them closer together, up the top, slide a little bit, and then get this turn motion which I'm about to show you, we're on, we've nailed it. Here's the thought, okay? This is the second part. So, we know we slide, up to the top of our swing, and we're good. Then from there we're going to shift towards target a little bit, and then the next thing I want you to think about is trying to get your knees, as soon as you can, as you're tilting towards target, that left hip, you want to try and get your knees back to square as soon as you possibly can. Okay, so up to the top, tilt and get knees to square. Tilt and get knees to square. Can you see how that makes me squat? To the top, tilt and get knees to square. I don't want this, I don't want this. I want that motion. So I want to get the knees back to square as soon as I possibly can and start the downswing. Left hip slides towards target, knees back to square. That sounds like quite a lot to think about, but it's not actually, it's just the hips moving towards target and the fact the body's going to turn back round. It's a sort of, they work off each other, but if we can turn the knees before we get the hips turning, sequence much better. Top of my swing, left hip, knees to square. Left hip, knees to square. Left hip's going that way, right knee's coming back out to get square with left. left hip, knees to square. Left hip, knees to square. That's going to start your downswing pretty efficiently. I'll do that in slow-mo from the top. Oof. From the top. And then we go left hips going towards target. There. From there to there. Knees to square. Knees to square. Down the line, watch this. Top of my swing. Left hip to target. Knees to square. Left hip to target, knees to square. Now you can see how this is letting the club drop down. So my right elbow is now forming a relationship with the seam of my jersey, or down with my right hip. I'm not starting the backswing, so I've not gone left hip, arms. I've gone left hip, knees to square. Left hip, knees to square. And you can see where my right elbow is now. It's speaking to my right side. It's not up here, it's not out there. Left hip, knees to square. Dress position, I'm trying to teach myself just now to stand a little bit taller. I feel as though I'm getting a little bit more turn. Up the top, left hip, knees to square. Knees to square, so if I'm here, and I get my knees to square, watch what happens to my left hip. So it's going to sliding forward, and the knees to square. So if I'm there, I get knees to square, look, I'm opening up. My chest then starts to open up, so it's sequencing all the way up from the feet up. Left hip to target, knees back to square. Yep, I'll do that. Guys, there we go. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you've seen my video with the Smithworks wedge, how much that wedge spin was unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic. I've got a 58 on the way as well, so I'm going to do a video on that. That's the most spinning wedge I've ever seen. Today's video was excellent about how to start a downswing, and again, as I mentioned, please subscribe. Thanks.